Good morning. The two Boneheads are back. I'm Howard Lux.
I'm Jeff Burt.
We're two orthopedists with an enormous amount of experience, and we're bringing it to you one bite and short video at a time. Today's topic is single sports participation. Are we harming our children? I guess, Jeff, we should start with what is the definition of single sports participation or specialization?
Yeah, there's a phenomenon now where people at very young ages are just playing one sport and not playing additional sports. They're playing that sport year round. And as you alluded to, it leads to a whole bunch of problems.
Right. And they're not only just playing the sport, they're also working with coaches, strength coaches, pitching coaches, and their own dad is bringing them out. We used to have pitch counts for this. Do we still have those?
Well, it's hard to keep track of it because if you play on multiple teams and you pitch with your dad and you pitch with your buddy and you pitch with your coach, some people are just counting their game pitches on one team.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're not just referring to baseball injuries. We're referring to soccer injuries and ACL tears and pitching injuries and shoulder and elbow. It's really starting to affect and hurt our children. Which sports do you see most frequently involved in single sports participation issues?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I see it in every sport. That's the problem. Everybody picks a sport, and then they play it, like you said, year round, and they're getting injuries that we had never seen before. Weird phenomenon, because I don't think that there's any real reason, Howard, that that anybody should be specializing. We don't see, you look at elite athletes or collegiate coaches, they want kids to play multiple sports. There's scientific data to show that playing multiple sports builds better athletes. There's no financial incentive. I mean, it's a lottery. Maybe a couple of extra kids get a scholarship, but most probably spend more than they get. And then what we're talking about from a health standpoint, mental burnout and physical burnout, it's the craziest thing. It's like lemons jumping off a cliff. I don't know why we're doing this.
It is amazing. I see it in our own town. I see it in my own children. In our house, we enforce a 1 season off rule. They're all soccer players, but they have to take a full season off. And I know that is basically an official recommendation. I think you touched on two really important points. We do see, the obvious effects in our offices, and that's the ACL tears, the Tommy John ligament tears, and shoulder issues. However, what we're not seeing is burnout. We don't see that in our office, but I'm sure it's happening all over the place where kids just give up. It's just too much. And that's really a shame.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, even in my office, I think if you really look at it, sometimes you'll even see the burnout, because I'll have kids come in with injuries that I really can't find any physiological reason for. And when you sit with that kid and maybe his mom and his dad's not there or vice versa, sometimes you get a story where there's a lot of pressure on that poor kid and they just don't want to play anymore. That's really a shame.
I've had one or two children nod and say thank you when I told them that they can't play anymore.
Yeah, that's terrible. But from the physical standpoint, like you said, we're seeing injuries in young kids. The number of Tommy John injuries in high school kids is crazy. And these were injuries we never saw in anything but a pro or collegiate athlete. And
exactly.
People don't understand, without resting, you start to break down tissue at a quicker rate than you can heal it, and you get problems.
Yep. There are a whole host of issues in youth sports. We have single sports participation. We have ACL prevention techniques that no one seems to want to use. We have to learn how to enforce rest. We have to go with techniques that do not put our children at risk. Single sports participation and participating in the same sport year-round is going to lead to burnout, it's going to lead to injuries, and it's not going to lead to a D1 scholarship.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, folks, have a great day.